How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I don't remember exactly where I left off. I just know I've been working on the truck. So, the front is mostly done. I am still waiting on parts, and I need to get me some new stock tires for right now. The back, both C notches are done on both sides. All bolted in, installed, all that good stuff. Pop the shocks off. Now it's going to be the fun part of getting the U-bolts loose and then getting the bolts on the leaf springs loose. And all of this a little rusty. So, needless to say, that ain't gonna be fun. It's alright, I got impact gun. I'll spray some PB Blaster on them. Got a big breaker bar around here somewhere. And then we're just gonna hope for the best. Because these things are bad. Oh boy. And I really don't want to cut the U-bolts and then have to order new ones. I mean, if I got to, I will. I mean, what's the worst? I'm already waiting on some front suspension parts. So, hey, if I gotta be waiting on rear suspension stuff too, then so be it. Alright, well, let's go ahead, fire up the compressor, and see if I can start breaking some of these loose. One way or the other, they're gonna come off. Oh my goodness, that was hard. Alright, so I got one set of U-bolts off. It's kind of hard to see, but they're a little nasty right there. I think wire wheeling them up, they'll come, the threads will come clean. So basically I had to hand do them all. The impact would not take them off until they were like this far away from the end. But let me see. So this side's all completely off. I got the nut off of right here. It's just the bolt is in, then the back got the nut off and the bolt needs to come off. So basically that bolt for this leaf spring and that bolt back there for the leaf spring, and it'll come off. It's just they're stuck. I don't know if the spring's under tension and it's kind of binding the bolt up or what, but needless to say, they're stuck right now. Might throw some more PB Blaster on them, see if that'll loosen them up. Maybe I can get them to the impact on them, get them to free up a little bit. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and do these U-bolts on this side. I mean, literally, it took me half an hour to get those 4 bolts off that side. Alright, well, I'm not gonna waste the video and all that of just loosening those up, because like I said, got to do it by hand. So needless to say, I'm just gonna get on there, wrench them until they come off, and then we'll pick the video back up, which will be trying to get the dang leaf springs out of the truck. Because basically, that's after I get that U-bolt off, all that side, it's knocked the leaf springs off, and then put it back together. I mean, it's close to being done, but it's just still a lot of pain in the butt work to get that back done. Alright, got both sets of U-bolts off the truck. That's a plus. and they came off smoothly. Still had to do them by hand, but they're off. Wire wheel them, clean them up. They should be good as new. Not an issue. Still, my only issue is these bolts that are holding on the leaf spring. So there's 4. One there, basically one on each end of the leaf spring. That one I've actually gotten loose, so the whole bolt spins. That one up there is stuck. It barely, I can get it to move just a hair. The 2 on the other side, they're not moving so well. And I also forgot that I gotta cut the one down on the other side, because the bolt won't slide completely out because of the gas tank. Forgot to do that, so I need to do that real quick. Which is the one right there in the front. I know it's hard to see, it's dark, but that bolt needs to be cut down about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, so when it does, it can slide out and not touch the gas tank and fall right out. And then I still got this one. Then the fun part, after I get those 4 bolts loose, is managing to lift the truck up, get them leaf springs out without the axle moving too much. I know it's going to move. I mean, I've done this before. Well, I'm gonna throw some PB Blaster on them bolts. It's getting a little late, starting to get a little cold out. So I'm gonna throw some PB Blaster on them, let them set overnight, get up, throw some more PB Blaster on it, and then hopefully they'll come out. I guess we'll just pick it up tomorrow. Hope for the best. Alright, catch you in the morning. Well, it's the next day, and I've worked on it for a little bit. I just went ahead and just started working on the truck and this and that. And needless to say, them bolts are not coming out. My patience is gone. Let me show you. So, this one, well, that one on the other side. Well, we'll start here. So I put a puller to try to pull on the bolt, and well, I bent the bracket. I mean, it is stuck. Basically, there's a metal sleeve inside the rubber of the shackle right there, and the bolts are stuck in the metal sleeve. I have, it's not always easy to see, but inside there, you can see the sleeve is pushing out because it's just on there. So, needless to say, they're just not freaking moving. The one bolt, you know, that I did have loose, which is this one, you know, I took it out. I mean, leaf spring's there. This one up here, again, doesn't move. Well, I started to go ahead and try to sawzall it, you know. But you know, one thing with sawzalling grade 8 hardware is it's not easy, and plus inside there I don't have much room, much leverage to really push on the saw and get it to cut through. I only do, like, you know, basically almost 2 blades. The one blade was all about, you know, halfway used, so basically like 1.5 blades, and it's just not cutting. I don't know if it's just because I don't have the leverage to push down on the bolt or what, but those 3 bolts are not moving no matter what I've done. And I mean, I've done everything from impact on them, air hammer, PU blaster, putting a puller on them to pull the bolt, or I guess they're pushing, but push the bolt out. So much different things I tried this morning, and nothing's working at all. I mean, I'm almost to the point of just cutting everything off and just saying screw it and throw crap away and buy all new crap. But some of that's expensive to redo. So I don't know what I'm gonna do next. It's just, my patience is done. I think, seriously, I think I'm just gonna take a break on this truck for just, you know, a couple days. I got other things, other videos I want to do. So we're just gonna take a break from this truck for a couple days. One person said, you know, I've talked to a friend, he was like, get an oxyacetylene cutting torch, you can heat it up and that'll help and this and that. I don't know how heating it up would break the rust loose. Maybe I'm wrong because I've never used that. But at the same time, I don't have an oxyacetylene torch. I have a plasma cutter. So I'm thinking maybe once I get back to this truck in a couple days, is go ahead, bust the plasma cutter out and just plasma cut the bolts until I can get them to come loose. The rubber grommets that are, you know, bushings and all that stuff, they're bad anyway, so I'm going to replace them. They're $5-6 a piece, so I only need 4. So $20 for new bushings and $20 for the new bolts. So it's worth it. So I'm thinking maybe in a couple days when I get back to this truck after just letting it chill for a little bit, we're gonna go ahead, probably burn them bolts out and try not to mess up the spring purchase where the leaf springs bolt up to. I think that's just gonna be the best bet and probably the easiest bet because this just isn't working. And after that, it's basically get the new parts, you know, to replace the stuff that I just tore up and then put it back together. I mean, putting it back together, it's only gonna take, you know, hour, give or take. I mean, I've got a lot of the stuff on. The rest of it's all sitting right there. I'm gonna clean up the U-bolts, you know, wire wheel those, get them all cleaned up. But I mean, there's all the parts right there. Shocks are good to go. So I think we're just gonna take a break, then get back on it in a few days after I get a couple other videos put out, and then we'll get back on it and burn them things out. Door just opened. All right, until then, catch you in the next video.